Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in Mara, Riot, Hive, Argo, Bitfarms, Hut8, KR1, DMG Blockchain, DigiHost, Anycoin, and Luxfolio. Let's jump right into it. So Bitcoin is very close to a new all-time high. So when you look on the monthly candle chart here, that looks very impressive. This October candle here. So it's now more than 20,000 full body green candle. So we haven't seen a candle like this. Yeah, this one here is higher, but with not a full body. So we have to wait and see where we close in October. But if we close at this level or even higher, I think this is the biggest full body green candle for Bitcoin so far. And I think we should get used to these kind of candles because 20, 30, 40,000 US dollar monthly candles, this is nothing outstanding in the future. I think this will be the standard. So prepare for this. It's going to be insane. So yeah, maybe we will have a new all-time high in this show here. Let's see later. The Bitcoin dominance here also on the monthly. So that was the top in December 2017. So what I expect, we are now approximately here. So we are rising. So this was October 2017. So we're now making this candle here. And it could be that we already get in November a red candle for the Bitcoin dominance, that the altcoins are getting stronger, and especially in December. And then we go lower here. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. I hope that Bitcoin dominance can go to 60% before we dump here. Yeah, but maybe 55% or so is more likely. But yeah, overall, it's just speculation. When we look at Ethereum on the monthly, this looks also incredible. This is only one line up here. This was the May top here. And yeah, we're now also very close to a new all-time high. So the last one was at 4,400 US dollars. We are now at 3,900. And today Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. So yeah, it looks like Ethereum and some other altcoins, they want to, don't lose Bitcoin, and they are very close to Bitcoin right now. Okay, so when we talk about the miners, when I look at the chart of Mara on the monthly, I have to admit that the Mara chart comes, it comes very close to the Bitcoin chart, but with leverage, so with higher gains. So Bitcoin is up like 6x since the 10,000 here. And Mara is up like, I don't know, 20x or so. So there we have the 3 or 4x leverage. And when I look at the chart, it looks very similar to the Bitcoin chart. So Mara, with the strategy they have, they are performing great and the investors like it. Riot, in the last run here in early this year in February, Riot had an incredible monthly candle here from 20 to 80 US dollars. But since then, they're not performing here very well. But they're building a huge facility. So on the one side, we have Mara. They say, okay, our new strategy is buying only miners, and we host them with our hosting partners. And that's it. And Riot, on the other hand, they're building the 700 megawatt huge facility. They will host clients there, and they will have self-mining and so on. So right now, it seems like the investors like more the strategy of Mara. But overall, I think Riot has some huge gains in front of us. Let's see. Okay, so a little bit in green, these two guys. Mara with an incredible performance in the last few days. Also Hut, we have a new all-time high here for Hut at 16 Canadian dollars here. It was higher than in February. So now we have Bitfarms with a new all-time high since February. Was first one a few weeks ago or even months. Then now we have Hut, and Mara is very close here to a new all-time high. So I think they will do it in the next this week maybe if Bitcoin doesn't crash. Okay, so now we have Hive Blockchain. The last 2 days were very good for Hive, and overall the numbers from Hive are incredible. They're making so much revenue with the Bitcoin and Ethereum mining. They are very low cost. So Frank Holmes and Darcy and so on, they are very focused on keep the costs low. And they had the least dilution, I think 17% in this year or so. That's very small dilution compared to the peers. So I really think Hive we should be rewarded for our patience here, and it's time for Hive to move up here. So far the October candle here looks good. Also, Bitfarms is interesting. Bitfarms front run the others. The US dollar chart is not so good. I think the Canadian dollar here, we had a small all-time high here, so it was very close to the February high. Since then we were crashing a little bit, and now we are rising again. I see people complaining about Bitfarms, but about all the miners. But when we look at the chart here, this looks very healthy and solid in my opinion. Always higher lows here most of the time, and it's only one line here up. And I think Bitfarms is preparing also for new all-time highs. It maybe take a little bit longer because it front-run the others. Then it had a correction here. And we will then move higher again, I think. So then we have Argo. Argo, since the Nasdaq IPO, a huge drop. Now it starts the recovery. I hope this will continue. We're now at this long-term support line here. And I hope we can make a bigger green candle in October than this. You know, I'm invested big in Argo, but I'm also invested in a lot of other miners. So I have the patience to wait here for Argo. I'm hoping for something like this we have seen last year for Argo. And let's see where this goes. Today on Nasdaq, it looks good so far. 2% in green. We have XPDI here. This is the Core Scientific merger company here, which is more or less stable in the last few weeks. I'm waiting for the merger. I mean, Core Scientific is gonna be a big competitor to Mara and Riot and so on. More focused on hosting. Mara is only focused on self-mining. Core Scientific is more diversified, like self-mining and hosting, but even bigger with the electric infrastructure. So that's going to be a very interesting company. Again, I'm waiting for the merger. Same here with with Griffin Mining or Sphere 3D. I'm invested in them, not that big with the others, because I'm waiting for after the merger to go bigger into any. But so far, this company, the CEO, Rob Chung, is doing a great job. With marketing and so on, and they also did some big execution with more than 60,000 miners. Will come online hopefully next year. This one has big potential, but again, I want to see the merger now. That is very important for me. So Greenwich is always in red here since the merger. I know there's some trouble again with environmentalists there in upstate New York, so maybe that's holding it a little bit down. But today it's 1.7% in green here. So overall, maybe they get a turnaround. CleanSpark is doing very well this month. There was some positive talk about CleanSpark and YouTube and so on from some big YouTubers. And we have a nice increase here. I'm not that big in CleanSpark. I'm not invested in CleanSpark, and I haven't done a big due diligence because, I made my bets with my miners, and I don't need additional ones. But CleanSpark looks interesting, definitely. Then we have Cypher Mining. They want to be one of the biggest miners in the world in the upcoming years. So it's more about the future. Right now they have 0 hash rate and 0 hodl, as I'm aware of. Don't quote me on this, but that's what I know. And I think, after the merger here, they pumped. They were a lot pumped. Then they dumped huge because people recognized, they don't have any hash rate right now. But it's a play for the future. It's a more long-term play, I think. And when I look at this monthly candle, so I personally don't think it will go much lower. So if you can wait a little bit, I think that could be interesting. I'm not invested in Cypher right now. because I really want to see the execution. I want to see hash rate. I want to see Bitcoin on the balance sheet and so on. And I have a lot of companies, they do this already. We have DMG, very disappointing so far. They're not on the NASDAQ. And but when it comes to the data, the hash rate and so on, and what else are they doing, I think they're very undervalued right now. I think they will pump later. So I have a big position in DMG, also for DigiHost. For DigiHost, they want to go to NASDAQ. They will get a lot of new miners in the upcoming month. So that's going to be very interesting. But they are also located in upstate New York, where there's always a little bit of trouble. Hopefully not here for DigiHost. I think the management is very aggressive, and I like this. Hopefully they can get it all together with a new plant there. Then we have Luxfolio. Some people ask me whether I own them. Yes, I bought shares months ago when I did this interview, or even before, with Dean Linton, the CEO. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's a very small cap miner or micro cap miner. It's like 30-40 million US, I think, maybe now close to 50 or so. I'm not 100% sure. I think I bought somewhere here when it was it was like 10-20 million or so, the market cap, and they're leasing the miners, so that's gonna be interesting how the balance sheet looks like then. I really like the CEO, and it's a small company. They have now, I think, 120 petahash online or so that's nice. Also a little bit of GPU mining for Ethereum. Nice addition to the portfolio. When we look at the other stocks, I'm still owning KR1. Not that big as I did a few months ago, because right now I think the miners are more interesting. But when we move into the alt season, when Bitcoin peaked, for example, and the alts will follow, then I think KR1 will have its time. And I mean, there was a huge bull flag here. We had the breakout. Now it's starting here. So I think KR1 could be really big. Not talking a lot about it because, I'm focused more on the miners. You know this. This is where I have my expertise and which I like to talk. But I also have tokens.com. We had a huge drop here, and now we have a recovery. So this is the company from Andrew Kiggle with the staking rewards. Also very interesting. DeFi Technologies. It's also a very interesting company. I don't own shares of it, but Hive Blockchain has some shares. Then we have Coinbase. I remember when the Coinbase IPO and everyone was hyped about it, and a lot of people bought up here. They said, I'm selling my miners. I'm selling Hut 8 because they're not performing. And I go into Coinbase. So that didn't play out well. Okay, it's better than some of the miners, but some of the miners did a lot better. I think I don't need the Coinbase stock. Banxa is a very interesting stock in my opinion here. I think Dom from Banxa is doing a great job to talk about this company, and I think I will make an interview soon with him again. That's very interesting. And there are a lot of other crypto stocks. But let's move on here. The hash rate, the Bitcoin hash rate right now. We peaked here again at 180 exahash. So it seems like it's about the electricity prices on the wholesale market, maybe in North America or so. There is a big volatility now. Overall, we can say the hash rate is rising. The difficulty is rising. We had an adjustment of approximately 1% here 2 days ago. And in 12 days or so, we will have another one, most likely positive here. So it's going to be more and more difficult to mine Bitcoin. But as far as these increases are now double digits, I'm okay with it. And even it's double digits, if Bitcoin rises faster, it's also not a big trouble. So in the last few days, I was checking a little bit the electricity markets here in Germany, because we have a great website here, the energy charts, and you can see all the live data. So what is interesting here, I think it's for the overall electricity markets in the world. The green area here is renewable energy right now, and the gray one is conventional power generation, like coal, for example, or so. And what we have seen here, for example, in October 7th, there was very small generation from renewables, because we have a lot of installed solar power and wind power in Germany. But when there is no sun shining, because it's cloudy and it's raining and so on, and at that time there was also not a lot of wind, the conventional power plants have to step in here. You can see it. And at that time, the coal and the gas and so on, and it's very expensive right now on the global markets. And that's when the merit order effect comes in, and you have a lot higher prices. So the prices here peaked at 450 euro per megawatt hour. So that's like $500 or so. That was crazy at that time. And now it's going down. So at that time here we had zero. The price was zero, so you don't get any money for your electricity, and sometimes it's going negative because we have a lot of renewables right now on the grid. And I think the same situation will happen here in Texas. They will build overcapacity for renewable power generation, like solar, like wind, and then they will have these big mining farms. They will run when there's stable amount of renewables in the grid, but then there will be times like this here, no renewables, and then they have to shut down the mining facility, like Peter Wall explained in the BMC and the Mining Council yesterday. And I think this is the future. Use these mining centers as huge batteries in one direction, build overcapacity, because when you want to go more on renewables, you have to build overcapacity. It's very capital intensive, but that's the way it is going. Electricity will be more expensive, that's for sure. But with these mining farms, you don't have to waste these overcapacity or electricity, and you don't have to give it to Switzerland for €0 here, and they say thank you, we will use our pump storage hydropower plants there and fill it up with when we have negative electricity price in Germany, we pay Switzerland or Austria, the power producers there, that they take our electricity and they say thank you. So that's not very efficient in my opinion. It would be better to use this electricity at the wind farm to generate Bitcoin. And I know that these power producers, they already operating Bitcoin mining farms also in Germany. Big utility companies there, they're doing this since years. They're not talking about it, but they are doing it. And I think most of them already do it, but not on a large scale. And it's not, it's not communicated. But this is a huge business in the future, and that's where I will start a company. In consulting about this topic here. I think this is a very interesting part here to stabilize the grids with Bitcoin mining. Okay, so then I watched this video here about the Bitcoin Mining Council. It's 2 hours, but it's very interesting. The first 20-25 minutes, Michael Saylor is showing charts about the global energy consumption and all these things. So this is absolutely incredible, in my opinion, the amount of information we get there. And later you see the CEOs or some representative from companies. So we have Argo here, Peter Wall. Where is he? He is talking about Texas there. Here he is. Then we have Ben Gagnon from, he's the CTO from Bitfarms. He's talking about the Bitcoin mining industry. We have other CEOs we know. We have Jamie, of course, there. We have Sheldon Bennett here from DMG Blockchain. We have Jamie. We have Fred Thiel from Mara. Also, Mara has a new YouTube channel. They've put online two videos, and the last one I think was very good. I think Fred Thiel is a very smart CEO, in my opinion. In this video, yeah, he shows employees, and the employees are talking there about the social responsibility of Marathon. They have a job now at their city, and they're so happy about this. And I think this is really important that the miners are doing it. They shouldn't be like the ice cold Bitcoin mining cash cow. They have to create emotions, and then these companies will be more accepted. And if you show employees there, they are talking that they love to work there, and now they have a stable job and a stable income and so on. That is very good. And they're getting the coal from locals there, so this is also social responsible and so on. So I think they're doing a great job there, and I'm encouraging the other miners to do the same here. Create some emotions there for the investors there. So that was a good one. And I think we have now an ETF, the future-based ETF. So do we have a new all-time high now? 65,700. I think we have a new all-time high now, or we are very close. Oh yes, we had 66,100. So new all-time high here on the FTX exchange. So the timing was good of this video. I was expecting to have a new all-time high now. So that was great. Okay, so now we have new competition from an ETF. So it's getting more and more easy for investors to buy Bitcoin or to buy Bitcoin linked products like the ETF, the future-based ETF. Not a big fan of this, but I think it's a start. So right now I think that's a reason why some miners are not performing that big. But in the end, I think a lot of investors will come back again to the miners because of the operational leverage. You cannot beat the operational leverage. But on the other side, I think it's important for a mining investor to also own the underlying. I would not buy the ETF. I would buy Bitcoin directly. I think that's my way here, and use the mining stocks for leverage play. I don't want to play crazy with altcoins. I think I'm more on Bitcoin, and I think the mining stocks could be a good leveraged play here for Bitcoin. And I think in the end, because of this operational leverage, that means, right now they're producing a coin like Mara with like $10,000 on operational costs, and when Bitcoin is at 200,000, for example, let's say in 3 months or so, I don't say it will happen this way, but it could. The costs will be like 12,000 or so. So the margin increased like crazy, and I think that's a big benefit here of these miners. Of course, on the other side, we have dilution. We will have dilution again, and so on. And I think a lot of investors are bored of this one. But I think in the end, all these dilutions will be worth it, because you need a lot of miners in the bull run to scale, to grow. And I think they all have seen this, and I think that's why they're doing it. And I think it's better to do it in the bull market than in the bear market, because let's see. I hope we're now done with all the dilution until the bull run peaks. I hope we will not have another rounds of dilution while Bitcoin is going up, because that really could kill the momentum. But what I want to say is, it's not wrong to be also invested in the underlying, definitely. I think that is also very important, and that's not a mistake. Okay, guys, so I think that's it for today. New all-time high for Bitcoin. The miners are doing good here, Hut 8 especially, Hive Blockchain again, Bitfarms also doing good. Argo, not so far right now, only 1%, but it is green. That's a success right now. Mara, Riot, 3%. So they will only rise here. Mara very close to a new all-time high. Let's see, do we have it already? No. But maybe we'll see today. It depends on Bitcoin here, but wow, new all-time high. That's insane. Guys, you remember this time here? Man, that was very hard here. I learned a lot in this time. Okay guys, so I think that's it for today. Thank you very much and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.